There is a car party gathering, something going on like 20 feet from this wall. I don't know what's going on, but it's a thing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin. Today we're listening once again to Rare Bird, this time with their song Iceberg off of their self-titled album released in 1970. Rare Bird, Beautiful Scarlet, I have been listening to at least 3 times the past week. Like every day, at least 3 times a day. I'm at the point where I'm about to wear that song out. So I need to discover another song from the band to wear out and to add into my playlist, because I really hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Of course, you can join me on Twitter. Join me in the comments down below. If I reply to one of your comments and you reply to that comment and all of a sudden I disappear, it's because the YouTube notification system has somehow said I will no longer show you replies to your comments. So I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. They just don't show up for me anymore. I'm trying to figure it out. This is Iceberg by Rare Bird. Is it about Titanic?
On icy beach before me, his face was beaten by the wind. Before the early morning sunrise, a man who thought he'd never sing slowly came towards me, stumbling and faltering as he came. By his side, a ragged little husky. On his face, the loser's look of shame. He said, you misunderstand. You cannot conceive of all I believe.
It's fantastic. It's good. This band has an organ player, and a piano player. Graham Field on the organ and David Caffinetti on the piano. There's no guitar. I like that, and I think it's a super interesting choice because of the sound that they create. At some points, they definitely like, I don't want to say emulate necessarily, but they definitely almost like play in the same style as like a guitar, like in part of the solo. Like if I didn't know better, I would probably be mistaken and thought it was a guitar. But at other points, they just play to their strengths. They play to the organ, to the keyboard, to the piano. And you know what? It doesn't sound like anything's missing. I like Steve Gould's voice because he sounds very raw and very natural. Like, he may not be the most polished singer ever, but he just has a good voice for this kind of music because it adds to like the whole texture and the feeling of the organ and the drumming, which is very chaotic and almost messy at points. And you know what? I think that that's another strength actually to this music and to the song, in that it's not like modern music where, you know, there's tracking and there's quantizing and there's sampling and there's beats and click tracks and whatever. The music sounds like just as it is. It sounds preserved in the way that they performed it whenever they recorded the music. I like that because it sounds a little messy, like I said, like in the way they come together sometimes. But doesn't that make it feel like a lot more real and actually more enjoyable? Like, I don't know, to me that does. Because sometimes, especially now, music can sound too clean, you know? Whereas now, like, I've gotten used to this sound. We got some heavy drum and bass lines in there, and I love that solo from the organ on top of that. They all sound really good together, and it all comes together really well. And the band does a great job of taking this song and making it sound like a little mini epic. And yes, it's 6 minutes long, so it's going to have extended moments and solos. It's going to have build-ups. Great. But you know what? They do it all in 6 minutes. And I think that they do a fantastic job of bringing that whole story together musically. Come on, that's a good opening. This is a great opening. That's exciting. If you put on this album and you heard that as like the first track, if you've never heard of this band, I think you would enjoy this. Getting to the lyrics, he stood on an icy beach before me. His face was beaten by the wind. Before the early morning sunrise, a man who thought he'd never sinned. He turned and slowly came towards me, stumbling and faltering as he came. By his side, a ragged little husky. On his face, the loser's look of shame. He said, you misunderstand the hope I had for this land. And you cannot conceive of all I believe. I have no idea what it's talking about. At first I thought it was talking about like a literal iceberg, just kind of, you know, giving it, what's the word? It starts with an A when you give like an inanimate object life. It starts with an A. I thought it was like trying to tell a story through metaphors, talking about this man who I thought was like going to be the iceberg or something like that. Who is this man and what does he represent? That's the question. I don't know. I really have no idea. I'm gonna leave this one as it is, I guess, for now, because I don't know. I like this song. I do prefer Scarlet, but I like this one as well, and it definitely keeps me interested in this band. And interesting, I saw that I guess for U.S. releases they had switched like sides 1 and sides 2. So I think originally I started with Beautiful Scarlet because it was the first track on the album, but this one I'm looking at, and this is the first track. It's all very confusing. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this song. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching the channel, especially when I do bands that may be off the beaten path. But can I tell you, the beaten path has been beaten, and I don't want to be beaten. I want to go off. Trail we blazed, El Dorado. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, a great night. Thank you so much. Like, share, all that stuff. I'll talk to you later. Bye.